Yeah.
This screen is recorded now.
Mhm.
Right. So today we'll cover the second version of binary search, or the second level of binary search actually. So last time we talked about binary search and its fundamentals, and then how do we search the first instance, last instance. Today we'll use this binary search to search on a rotated sorted array. Right. What is rotated sorted array?
Mhm.
Right. So
Mhm.
rotated, like let's say we have a sorted array. Let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 as my sorted array. Let's say my A is this, right? When I rotate it, right? When I rotate it
Mhm.
by 1, that means the last element goes into the first position and all of the rest elements
First,
move towards the right, right? So
yeah.
my rotated
Yeah.
array would be something like this, right? So this is
Yeah.
rotation by 1,
One,
right? If I do 2, then my array will look like this,
7, 8. Yeah.
right? And then if I do 3,
Mhm.
then you know, like 6 will come in front, everything moves ahead, right? The problem asked on this
Yeah.
particular kind of array is, hey, find the minimum in this array, right? Find the minimum in this sorted rotated array. It's very easy to do it in O of n operations. You go uh, through the array and keep track of which one is the minimum, and then at the end you return the minimum. This is like typical finding minimum array, right? Any array. That's the O of n
Yes.
operation, right? How
Mhm.
can we use the property that this array was initially sorted and find the minimum in this array, right?
Binary search. Yeah.
Yeah, we can use the binary search, right? But before using binary search, I want to make a statement here that whenever you see a rotated sorted array and you try to apply
Mhm.
binary search, right, one thing which is very useful insights while solving these problems, we'll see in the next problem as well, is when you split a sorted rotated array, right, one
Mhm.
half of it will always be sorted,
Yes.
right? So it will never
Yeah.
happen that both the halves are unsorted, right? One half of it will always be sorted,
Yes.
right? We can use that information to reduce our,
Mhm.
our search space. So
Yes.
how do I know which part is sorted? That's the next question, right? Which part is
Yes.
sorted? We need to
So,
figure out that, right?
yes.
Yeah. So now what will happen
Yeah.
is when you split the array, you get the mid. You get the
It made.
mid, right?
Yeah.
In this case, as I explained in the last class, always write
Mhm.
indexes on the top. It makes life so
Indeed.
easy.
Yes.
So mid will be 3,
Yes.
right? You get the mid
Yes.
and you have end and
Mhm.
you have start,
Yes.
right? What you need to do is compare your mid with the end, right? So
Yes.
compare A
Mhm.
of mid with A of end. If
And
A of
yes.
mid is less than A of end, that means
Mhm.
your right
It's sorted.
subarray is sorted,
Sorted. Yes.
right? But if A of mid is greater than A of end, then your left
Left
subarray
subway is
is sorted,
sorted.
right? Now,
Yes.
since you know this information, what do you gain
Mhm.
from it in the minimum problem, right? When you have to find a minimum element in an array, how do you gain out of this insight which you have, right? If right hand side of the array is sorted, right, That means all the elements on the right hand side of this number mid are bigger than this, right?
Yes.
So none of them can be the minimum because they are bigger than this number. So on worst case, in worst case, the minimum will be this number mid, right?
Mid. Yes.
Low number on the right hand side of this mid will be the minimum number, right?
Minimum.
What
Yes.
does that gives us? That gives us I can discard the whole right hand side, but I have to
Subarray.
keep the mid
Yeah.
because mid is still a candidate. You remember,
Yeah. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because it can be the minimum, right? So I have to keep
Yeah.
the mid, but I can always discard the right hand
Right.
side,
Subarray.
right? And
Mhm.
if left hand side or left side left sub array is sorted, what does that mean? That means the unsorted part is on the right hand side. That means the minimum has to be on the right hand side because somewhere it will pivot, right? Somewhere it
Yes.
has to hinge so that the whole array goes onto the left hand side, right? So if the right hand side is
Nothing.
fully sorted, right, that means sorry,
Mhm.
left hand side is fully sorted, that means you have the minimum on the right hand side, so you can discard
Left.
the whole left hand side.
If left side is sorted,
Mhm.
uh, sorted means if uh, if suppose like just assume like they have mentioned the rotated sorted array, but the rotation is on zero. Okay,
Yep.
so in our input they are giving 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so our mid will be 4.
Yep.
Okay, so we get to know like my left sorted is like left sub array sorted, so I will return the most left value only, right? So it will be I have to discard the right side.
You have to discard the right side,
Yes, right.
right? But you just can't return the first one. So wait. You just tweaked it. So if you do first, you compare a of mid with the a of end. In that case, what will be the result of that?
Uh, can you repeat the question?
So in your example, if you compare a of mid with a of end, what will be the result?
Um, my right sorted array is a right sub array is a sorted one, right? Like so, 4 to 8 is increasing order. So my minimum would be the left side only.
So that's what we told, right? That's what I told, right? So if right sub array is sorted, you go onto the left hand side.
Yes.
You don't even check like what
Uh,
if the left hand side is sorted or not, right?
yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. If right hand side is
Mhm.
not sorted, then you only go into the left hand side, go onto the right hand side, not on the left hand side.
Yes.
If right hand side is not sorted, then you go to the right hand side, else you always go onto the left hand side. That's what the first condition, a of mid is less than a of end. It's not checking a of start with a of mid, it's not checking the left hand side, it's checking the right hand side,
Yes.
right? If it is sorted, we just discard it,
Yes.
right? And if it's not sorted, we go to the left hand side. Sorry, if it is sorted, we go to the left hand side. If it is not sorted, we go to the right hand side.
Yes.
Getting my
Got
point?
it.
In your
Mhm.
example, that will play that okay, right hand side is sorted, we discard it. So
Yeah.
our so you never like don't put shortcuts, right? Okay, I will just return the first one. That's the very specific case, right? That those things
Mhm.
don't work unless and until you have correct fundamentals, how to work out things.
Mhm.
You just can't do that jumping around, right? In binary search, never jump around. Divide till you can't divide,
Okay.
right? Never jump.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So you got it. If right hand side is sorted, the minimum cannot be on the
Mhm.
right hand side,
Yes.
right? If right hand side is not sorted, the minimum has to be on the right hand side.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So we'll use this
Mhm.
information, right? And then we'll just code it out, right? So let's take an example and then figure out this. Let's say our array was something like this. 6 7 8. This is three rotations. 1 2 3 4 5, right? So let's say this is our array, and as usual we'll write the indexes and let's work out the example. What
Yeah.
is mid? In this
Three.
case, mid is 3. End is this.
Right. Yeah.
And this is the start.
Okay.
Right? This is very interesting combination. Okay. Now, what will happen? Your A of mid is less than A of end.
Yes.
Yeah, that means we can discard this array,
Yes.
right? That means we have to work with this array, right?
Yes.
So now my working array is 6, 7, 8, 1, right? And I will again put my indexes 0, 1, 2, 3. And this is my end now, right? And this is my start, right? What will be the mid now,
1.
right? So how is the relationship between these two?
Right side is not sorted.
Right
So
side is not sorted, so we discard the left hand side. So our working array is this one.
Yeah.
So 8, 8 and 1. I will copy the indexes 2, 3, right? What is the mid now?
2.
2, right?
Yeah.
What is the relationship? This is mid, this is end.
Even it's not sorted, so I will neglect the like left.
So we'll neglect the left. Now I'm
Yeah.
left with only one element. And if I have only one element in an array,
Yeah.
that has to be the minimum.
Yes.
If you are left with only one element in the array, right, then it has to be a minimum, right? So if I give you an array of one element and I ask you, hey, what is the minimum in this array, what will you return?
Self only.
That element, right? So if you are left with only
Yeah.
one element, right, if you are left with only one element, you can just return it. That will be your minimum element.
Yes.
Right? So how do you
Yes.
know that there is only one element in an array, right? Last time I explained start and end relationship. So when there is one element
Yes.
in the array, the start is equals to end. That is where only one element is left, right?
Yeah.
So you will run the while loop
Mhm.
till start is less than end. You will stop when
Yeah.
start is equals to end,
Yes.
right? Because we have to return the last element. Got it?
Last element.
Yeah. So let's write the question. Let's write the code, right? So let me clean it. Let's write the code. The code is something like this. You have to find the index of the minimum, right? And we will have integer array A, right? That's it. We don't need anything else, right? So I told you what we do. Start equals to
0.
and integer end equals to
A dot length -1.
good, right? And I told you how to write while loop. In this case, we explained like why it will be s less than end and not equals to end, right? Because we
Yes.
have to stop when there is one element. We'll just return that element. If that is not the case, what we'll do? We'll find the mid. Mid will be s plus,
S plus T minus S divided by 2.
right? And then what we check first? We check if a of mid is
Uh,
less than a of n. That means there is sorted array. Left right hand side is sorted. That means our end will
right
become
is, yeah, mid. Yes.
right. Else
S is equal to mid plus 1.
and
Yes.
we'll just return whenever start becomes equals to end, we'll just
Yes.
return as yeah, I just name
Sorry,
the
A of S.
yeah. So
E E of
no, we have to return the index, not the value, right? We have to return
okay.
the index. Yeah.
Okay. I thought like it's it should be fine.
Now let's always dry run your code on an example and see like if it works, because algorithm works. We figure out that, but is your code works, right? For testing, I have given you 3 test cases. right? For
Yeah.
binary search. Let's take one by one and see like if they work for this particular algorithm. And another thing, if you noticed, we do not return from the while loop.
Yeah.
So it's not
So
equals to.
equal to. Yeah.
It's not equals to, right? If
Yeah.
we were returning from it, then it will be equals to.
Be equal. Yes.
Yeah. Last class, I explained that fundamental.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can see it, right? So let's take an example and see like, hey, will it work for empty array? So it is empty, s is equals to 0, right?
Uh-huh.
E is equals to a
Uh-huh.
dot length is 0 minus 1. So end is -1. While loop,
-1.
yeah, while loop will not exit. All right, it will not execute it because s is 0, end is -1, will not go. So we come here and we return 0,
0. Yeah.
which is wrong answer actually,
Yes.
right? So that is why I told you, like
Yes.
in algorithm, it looks like okay, but you have to figure out the edge cases in your implementation, right? So this is a very good way to
Mhm.
find those edge cases. So we'll just check if a dot
A is
length
equal
is
to
equals to 0, then there cannot be any minimum, right? So we just return -1.
Yes.
For empty array, we'll handle a specific case because this doesn't handle empty array, because this while loop returns when there is only one element left, and if initially there was no element,
Yes.
then we have to handle it separately, right?
Yes.
So how easily you caught that edge case? By running that test case number 1, which I explained you last time, right?
Mhm.
Second test case,
A is equal to 1.
1. Let's say what will happen? S is equals to 0, end will also be equals to 0, right?
Yes.
This condition
Mhm.
will be false.
Yeah. It won't execute and return 0. Yeah.
So the first element, which is this,
Yeah. First time. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Now let's take the third test case. You remember third case test case? A is equals to.
2.
Now this is
Yeah.
where your test case comes in, like 0 rotations, right? This is 0 rotations, right?
Mhm.
What will be S?
Mhm.
What will be S
0.
value of S here? 0.
0.
End will be
1.
1. While S0 is less than 1, yes. So we find the mid. Mid will be 0
Mhm.
plus 1 divided by 2 is equals to 0, right?
0. 0. Yeah.
Mid will be 0. Is if
Mhm.
A of mid is 1 less than A of end.
1.
Yeah.
Yes.
So our end will become mid. So end will come here,
8.
which is 0, right?
Yes.
We come here, end is 0, start is 0. This condition doesn't execute,
Okay. Yeah.
right? We go here and we
Mhm.
return start, which is 0, which will be
0.
this. This is minimum,
Yes.
right? But there is another
Mhm.
combination of this array, which is,
2, 1.
right, it's rotated
Yeah.
by 1. Let's try that
Yeah.
combination and see like if our code works on that piece as well. If it works on these 4 test cases, it will work for everything, right?
Yes.
So let's try that. S will be 0, end will be 1. We come here, mid will be 0. This condition will be false, right? A of mid will not be less than A of end now.
Yes.
So we'll start, your start will become mid plus 1 here. And you come here, the condition is wrong, right? The false. So we go out and we return start, which is now this.
Yeah. 0. Yeah. 1.
Simple,
Mhm.
right? Now you are like 100% confident that this code will work, right? Without any like,
Yes.
lot of people get confused, like, hey, mid -1 will check mid plus 1. If they are greater, this should be the minimum and all those kind of stuff. Don't do that kind of stuff, right? Binary search,
Yes.
once you decide to apply binary search, go on dividing the array till the time you can't divide the array. Do not rely on more than one element. If you are relying on more than one
Yes.
element in binary search problem, you are doomed to be failed. Like you will be failed, right? Because the edge cases will be so tricky. Like -1, what happens when the index is 0, +1, what happens when the index is the last index, and all those kind of, you will have so many special conditions, you will get lost, right?
Yes.
So please do not do that. Never try to divide and put it to the last element, either the 0 element or 1 element. That's all you should stop. That's where you should stop, right? There will always be an inclination to do shortcuts in binary search. Do not do that, right? Oh, I'll just figure out that. Oh, I'll just do that, or I'll just compare these two. No, that is the recipe for failure. Do not do that, right? Okay, so another question on this same topic is, find the rotations. How many number of rotations are there in this array? Right? Given the sorted rotated array, we have to find how many times it was rotated.
So what we will do, whenever we get our index, like the minimum index, okay, minus total number of the names. A dot length minus start. So आगे के जितने भी elements होंगे, those will be the like the rotation.
But the index represents that, right? The minimum element index represents how many numbers are there before it, right? So why are you subtracting it?
Yeah.
Right. So if you find the index of minimum element, actually you find how many rotations it went through.
Yeah.
Right. So in this case, the example or test case 4, your 1 was at index 1. So how many rotation it went through?
1.
Right? If you have more array, a bigger array, and then more rotations, the index of the minimum element is actually the number of rotations this array has gone through. Right? So it is exactly the same problem, right? Worded in a different way. Right?
But like it won't work when we have like the duplicates, right? In this array.
Yes. So that was the next point, right?
Okay.
This particular algorithm doesn't work on duplicates. Like if you have an array of duplicates, if the array contains duplicate, the whole point of if a of mid is less than a of n doesn't work. Right? Because that was the whole thing, right? That on this insight, the whole algorithm is hinging. And if you invalidate that, you just can't have that working for duplicates. So in duplicate, there is no other way but do a O of n operation, like go through the whole thing. Right? There is no binary search on that, especially in rotated array. Got it?
Okay.
So if somebody tells you to do this binary search in a duplicate array, you have to be very confident and tell them like, hey, no, it doesn't work that like that. Right?
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Can you solve this sorted rotated array minimum problem, number of rotations? And sometimes they ask like find the pivot. That also is another way of saying find the minimum, right? So that's also the same problem. These all three problems are the same, exactly same problem. But fundamentally here is, if you split the array, sorted rotated array in two halves, one half will always be sorted. Either it will be a left hand side or right hand side. You have to figure out that, and based on that, you can make decisions. Yeah. Good. Always look for insight in the question, right? What is the insight you're getting from this? And then apply the fundamentals on that insight. Never try to jump around, right? As soon as you jump around, you risk your falling, right? Because as soon as you move your feet above the ground, you risk yourself falling, right?
Yes.
Cool. So now let's take another problem on the rotated array only, which is find the number in a rotated array. Right? So you have to find an element in a rotated array, right? Sorted array actually. So let's take this element. same array as we were working earlier, right? And let's say I ask you to find like, hey, do you find me 3? Like in a normal array, we have already seen binary search, right? In this array, we will see like, hey, find 3 in this array. How can we use that binary search algorithm to find that element in this array?
In the same logic, first initially we find the mid. So in this case, my mid is 3, my start is 0, and my end is 7.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will check which portion. Binary search rule, first divide. Okay, then
Yeah.
we'll search which sub array is a sorted one, means in
Yeah.
increasing order. Okay, so in this case, the right side is in ascending order, and the left side is a descending order. Okay, so we got to know. Then we will search the 3 is that. So now we have 2 elements in our mind कि 1 है 5 है, ठीक है. तो 3 मुझे ढूंढने का बोला है. So that will be realized on the right side because like my right array is in increasing order,
Mhm.
right? So I will neglect the left sub array and I will just make my mid is equal to start, and I will like do the same thing, will search again like.
Mhm. Mhm.
Did you get my point? Did
Yeah. So what we'll do is, as I said, when you split the array, it's sorted. One and a half of it is sorted. Which one you can always
Yeah,
figure out by comparing a of mid to a of end, right? That means
yeah,
you found like, hey, the right hand side of the array is sorted in this
yeah.
example, right? Now you check, hey, is the key which I'm looking for the 3, right? Does
Mhm.
it fall between the range of 1 to 5? Because a of mid is 1 and a of end is 5. Does it fall in between this,
Fine.
right? 1 to 5. And
Yeah,
3 actually falls in
yeah.
between. Then you go to the right hand side. If I was searching for 7, right, then
Uh-huh.
it doesn't fall between 1 and 5.
Yes.
Then I'll go to the
Left side. Yeah.
left hand side. What if the array was something like this, right? Now the mid is here, end is here,
Mhm.
and the start is here.
And what is the targeted value? It's the
Anything,
same.
let's say 3 again.
Okay. Okay. So here again, we got to know, right? Like my my uh, left sub array is a sorted one. Like means 5 is less than the 8, and my right
Wait, wait,
is
wait, 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 wait,
unsorted.
wait. You just saw the example. Go forward. Like, how would you know that left side is array? Left side of the array is sorted. How do you know that?
So suppose a of left less than or equal to like a of mid. So my left array is sorted, right?
Oh, no, 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 no. Stick to fundamentals. A of mid, A of end. Compare
Mhm.
these two things. Never like don't jump like left and then it's not matter of convenience, right? Stick to fundamentals. You just saw the example and then you started comparing the start with the mid. No, don't do that. Compare always A of mid with A of end. What does it tells you? What does it tell you? Like
So
A
yeah,
of
a of mid greater or yeah, greater or equal to a of end. Like I will check that one later.
yes. And now what does that tell you? A of mid, how is the relationship between A of mid and A of end?
Like it's not sorted.
Yes, it's not sorted. That's how you realize that left hand side is sorted. Not by comparing A of start with A
Sorted.
of
Yeah.
mid, right? Like stick to
Yeah.
basics, stick to the fundamentals. We neglect the fundamental and then we just go on circles, right? Stick to
Mhm.
fundamentals. If A of mid is not less than A of end, that means right hand side is unsorted. That means left hand side has to be sorted.
Sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Now I got like, hey, left hand side is sorted. Now what I should do? I take the key, right, 3, and check like, hey, is it does it fall between the range 5 and 8 now? That is where I use A of start and A of mid,
Yes.
right? Does it fall between 5 and 8? No.
No.
So I will just discard the left hand part and go on to the right hand side.
Yes.
Right? If I were searching for 7, then I will say like, hey, left hand side is sorted. Does it fall between 5 and 8? Yes. So I'll discard the right hand part and let's just look into the left hand
part.
part. Right? Stick to the fundamentals. Always do A of mid to A of end. Right? Whatever it gives you, just use that information to discard one half.
Okay.
Right? Never jump around, because this is very easy to do in an example, but very difficult when you are implementing it, because example you can see, right? But if you don't have invariants in your program, you just can't code, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of time people say, oh, I solved it in example, but I could not code it.
Yeah.
That is why it happens. Right? So let's write the code following the same invariants, right? Integer find, integer integer array A, and then we have a integer K, which is our key. Our first lines of code is always right. Now we have to find the key, right? So what will we do? We'll go through. Let's keep s is less than n for now, and then we see if we were to make it s then equals to, right? And what we'll do? We'll find mid. S plus e minus s divided by 2, right? And now this is where your moment of truth comes in, right? If a of mid is less than a of n.
First we search if we get uh, k, right? Like just base condition, like the in a base case, if our mid is equal to k, then we'll that one.
A of mid is equals to a, then we return mid, right? Yeah, that's correct actually. And since we are returning from the while loop, we can definitely do s is less, right? If the middle was not equals to the key we are looking for, then we'll go like, hey, this is the right part sorted, right? In this case, if this is the condition, the right part is sorted. If right part is sorted, what we have to check is if a of mid, right, is less than k, right? Right? Because equals to we have covered here, right?
Yeah.
So since we come here, it will be either less than, right? And a of end is greater than k. What does that mean? What does this mean actually? A of mid is less than k. That means k falls between a of mid and a of end, right? Does it mean like that?
Yes.
A of mid is less than k and a of end is greater than k. That means k falls between a of mid and a of end.
Yes.
That means I have to discard the left hand side. That means I have to make the start as equals to mid 1 plus.
Mid plus 1.
If that is not the case, if this doesn't fall into this, right, that means I have to search into the left hand side. That means I have to discard the right hand part. So end becomes
mid minus 1.
So this condition ends here. This is when the left and right hand side is sorted. If this is not the condition, if this is not true, then we come into else part, right? That means the left hand side is sorted. If right hand part is not sorted, the left hand part was sorted, right? The whole insight of rotated sorted array is that if you split the array, one part has to be sorted.
Yeah.
Right? If right part is not sorted, left part has to be sorted, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then what we'll do, hey, we'll check if key A of start is less than equals to key, because we have not discarded it, right? It can be equals to the key we are looking for. So it should be less than equals to, and key is less than A of mid, right? That means it falls between A of start and A of mid,
Yeah.
right? If
So we
that is the
discard right
case,
side.
yeah, yeah. If that is the case,
Mhm.
we search in left hand side. So our end becomes mid minus one,
Right. In minus
right? If it doesn't fall into the left hand side, right? It doesn't fall in the range of the sorted, right? Then it will be on the unsorted part, which is the right side. In that case, we make start equals to,
mid plus one.
that's
Makes
it.
sense.
If we never return from the while loop, we return minus one. That means we did not find the key,
Yes.
right? All the
Uh-huh.
fundamentals clear on this?
Yes.
Did we use any randomness? Did we use any obscure concept? No, we just stick to the fundamentals. We have one insight and we use it across the
Yes.
board, right?
Yes. Mhm.
So now coming to the execution, testing, implementation, right? A equals to empty array. You tell me, will it work? Run it,
Um,
test.
Wait. It will return minus one. Yeah. While loop won't execute
Yep,
because
because
s is zero and
yeah,
e is equal to minus one. Yeah. So we
yeah.
have to be write the base condition before the while loop. Like if a dot length is equal to zero, then directly return minus one.
But why will it not work? If I return it here, the while loop will not go in, right? But
Yeah,
this
it
will return
will
minus.
work. Yeah. Then it will directly. Yeah.
Yeah. In the previous example, we were returning s there, right?
Right.
That is why I had to write the upper condition. Here I'm returning
Mhm.
minus one, and that is what I want, right? Never write any
Yeah.
extra code which you don't need, right? So
Okay.
one philosophical thing, the good code is where you can't add anything, right? The great code is where you can't remove anything,
Yeah.
right? So write great code, not like good code, you
Mm.
know. So now can you execute it? And the key is, let's say, one. Can you see like if it will work?
Yeah.
Tell me if it will work.
Yeah. Sure. So s is equal to 0, e is equal to, sorry, s is equal to 0, e is equal to 1 minus 1 means 0, both are same. So it will go in a while loop. And if a of, so I will calculate my mid is equal to 1 itself, means it's 0. So a of 0 is equal to k. Um, so yeah, it will return the return mid means 1
Yeah, it will return mid.
because yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Let's say I was looking
yeah.
for key equals to 2.
Okay. So in this case, my s is equal to 0 is equal to minus 1. Okay. So mid is equal to is not there. Okay. So my mid is 0. That's I'm writing. Mid is 0 and is 0 as well. So it won't go that condition. Okay. So end is equal to mid minus 1 and is equal to minus 1. So yeah, here. A of start means 0 less than or equal to q. Okay. My k is equal greater than or equal to, so start is equal to mid plus 1 means 1. So it won't return. It will return minus 1. So though it will execute the while loop,
Huh?
so initially it will sorry,
Go
did you
ahead.
say something?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. So okay, okay. So s is equal to 0. Okay, and n is equal to 0 as well. Okay, So it will come to the while loop. It will calculate the mid. So my mid is 0. So first is check a of I, a of mid is equal to k. So it's wrong. So it will come to the if conditions. So first if condition, it will check a of mid means 0. Sorry, means 1 less than or equal to less than 1. So first if condition won't execute. Okay, then it comes to the second part of that if condition. Means left sub array is sorted. So it will check a of 0 less than or equal to k means 2, which is even wrong. Okay, so it will make my start to 1. Okay, and my mid is 0. So my start is 1 and mid is 0. So my while loop like condition fails. So it will directly return to -1.
So why this if of a of 0 is less than equals to k, why that is wrong? This condition, why
Which
that is
one?
wrong? You said like this condition is wrong and it will come here, right? So a of start
Yeah.
is 1, right?
Mhm.
A of 0 is 1, right? And the k is
Uh-huh.
2.
2. Yeah. Then after it will check this condition, right?
K,
And k is 2 less than a of 0 means 1. So
yeah.
2
Then it's wrong. Yeah.
less
Then
than
it's wrong.
1, which is wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it won't. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So now you know how to execute it, right? And now you will do the
Mhm.
third test case. A equals to 1 comma 2, and you are looking for 2, and a equals to 1 comma 2, and you are looking for um, let's say 5 or 1, right? Whatever you want. But you
Mhm.
do the mental execution of yours when you do it on your homework, right? Just
Mhm.
execute that particular test
Mhm.
case also in this implementation, right? So
Okay.
this is some interview preparation insights, right? Most of us
Uh-huh.
actually look at the examples. We kind of work out the example, right? And you've been to
Mhm.
an interview, you may know that this you may will work out an example here and there, right? Now, important piece is once you have finalized the algorithm, right? You need
Mhm.
invariants to code it, right? So from algorithm to implementation, those invariants are very important. If you move
Mhm.
everything, right? So there is a very good saying like if everything is moving, something has to be stable, right?
Mhm.
So in that, invariants help you to write that code, right? You can like work around those invariants to write the correct code, right?
Cool.
Once you write the code which you think is the correct code, right,
Mhm.
it is very important to dry run that.
Yes.
Take the example, right? In binary search, I already gave you like three example with three test cases you should always run: empty array, one element array, and two element array, right?
Mhm.
Dry run your code step by step, not based on what you think, but based on what you have returned,
Mhm.
right? Because if you
Mhm.
just skip what you think is correct, then you will not test what is written there. It tests your brain, what is in your brain, not what is written on the paper,
Yes.
right? So always try to do a dry run with the code by writing the numbers like s equals to 0, e equals to 0, oh, this is less than equal, or no, this is not equal, right? And then go there. That shows your attention to detail. That shows that you are good at debugging, right?
Mhm.
That shows that you care about edge cases, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of takeaways are taken from that particular exercise
Mhm.
in an interview. So if you are doing a FANG interview, this is a must
Mhm.
have step. That is why I told you to like dry run this in your brain, on your paper, not in brain, right? And never dry run your algorithm, dry run your implementation. Got
Yes.
it?
Yes.
What algorithm you decide, that's correct because you worked out an example and everything on that. But sometimes you forgot s is less than equals to, no, or you just type s is less than e, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you forget a condition, like in this case, if a of start is less than equals to k, right? that
Yes.
condition may be forgotten, right? It should, sometimes we just copy paste that, hey, this was always less than in the previous one, it will also be less than here,
Mhm.
right? So small things,
Yeah.
but when you dry run them, you catch them before the interview catches them,
Yes.
right? Facebook
Mhm.
is too heavy on this small things, edge cases.
Yeah.
So
I know that was bad, and they are giving any like hints means it's it's a red signal for them. Like they
yeah,
won't take you ahead. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
right. So that's today's class.
Uh-huh.